Hey everyone, I have something pretty cool to show you all. I was going around picking up some of the Bear School diagrams, and while doing that I found online that there was an Easter egg, Game of Thrones Easter egg, that was nearby one of the diagrams, so while I was picking that up I decided to go check it out. If you have The Witcher 3 and you want to check it out yourself, it is to the west of Skellige and to the north of Undvik. It is on an island, so you will have to take a boat, obviously. And also, during this video, I kind of just wanted to talk about The Witcher 3 itself as a game. And I'm just going to do that while it's leading up to me finding the Easter egg and all that. I do have to just fight through a bunch of pirate people or whatever they are. So you can watch me do that poorly because I like to roll around a lot and I'm not a very efficient fighter. Anyway, if you pay attention to what games get what awards, this actually beat out Fallout 4 and Metal Gear Solid 5 for Game of the Year, and it ended up beating both those games for a lot of other awards. When I first heard that, I was actually a little surprised, but at that point I only played about an hour maybe into the main story of this, and I had seen more of Fallout, so I was leaning more towards Fallout at the time, but after playing through this whole game, I can tell you it does deserve Game of the Year. Tom will disagree with me on this, but I really think it does. The story is just so cohesive. It's not muddied at all throughout the game. Even some of the side quests dictate how it goes. Not to mention the decisions you make in the game end up affecting how the game ends, which is actually really cool because one of the final parts, you see how it happens, and it makes you look back and you kind of go, "Oh, crap, why did I do that?" to certain parts, because you didn't know it'd have a negative effect or anything. But it's really cool. One of the reasons early on I wasn't too impressed with this game was some of the early voice acting, especially the children. Oh my god, the children, I don't know if it's just they actually got children to do it, or they just had a poor choice in voice actors. But it was god awful. But as the game went on and on, the more you got into it, the more immersed you got. It got better. It got way better. The story became just enthralling. You didn't want to stop. And the mix of story and action is pretty perfect. You're not, it's not Call of Duty. You're not going from action scene to action scene. There's a lot of story in between the action, but there's plenty of action. And one of my favorite things is, as you see in this video, the arms getting just chopped off, and you cut people in half, and it's just such a great game. It's very complete. Very few glitches. I got stuck in one room when I was looking for these diagrams, and that sucked. I ended up having to do something else for that, and I'm going to put that video up and explain to you what happened for that, and help you guys out in case you ever find yourself in that predicament. But very few glitches. It's a beautiful game, though it is very demanding. To have it on ultra settings, you have to have a pretty good card. Just plain out, you have to have a pretty good card to run it on, to make it look really, really, really nice. The sound, the game music, I find it's pretty good. A movie or a game soundtrack is good when it adds to the game, to the tension, without being distracting or taking away from it. And this game, I think, does it pretty well. There are times when it gets a little loud when you level up and stuff, but that's obviously just to tell you, hey, you leveled up. Use your skill points. The crafting system in this is a little complicated for my taste. I guess, you know, for the detail it's not too bad, but sometimes it's just a little too much for me. Sometimes it's like you have to craft 3 or 4 things and then another thing and then 2 more things before you get your final product that you really want. Not like Skyrim or anything where, you know, you could just go out and mine what you needed or farm what you needed real easy and then just come back, smelt it yourself, and then forge it yourself. This is a lot different because if you have any of the mastercrafted armor, you have to have a specific person for that, and there's only a couple in the entire, you know, universe that you're allowed to go into that can actually do it, and you don't even unlock those until a later level. But doing it it feels kind of rewarding, all the hard work. I like the whole dismantling thing. You know, you can take a sword, an epic sword, a relic, and then dismantle it. You can take a piece of armor, dismantle it, and then you get crafting pieces. Some of them hard to find too, which is pretty nice, especially when you don't want to have to travel halfway across the world just to, you know, get a piece of leather or something like that. So it took me a little bit to, just back to the Easter egg itself, it took me a little bit to actually find how to get down into the dungeon area. I had read that you needed a key, so this door and then the door up on the stairs that you saw earlier were the doors I thought I had to go through to get down there, but that was actually wrong. In the corner behind Roach, there's a little opening to get down into the dungeon, and that's how you get down. This is the door on the stairs, by the way, if you weren't sure what I meant. And the corner behind Roach, it's an opening. There's some stairs. You go down there into a little corridor. It's going to take me another minute to figure it out. I ended up looting basically everything. I ran down to the shore again to make sure I got everything down there, because I was convinced I needed a key to get down there. I checked this corner, make sure there was no set of stairs that I was missing or anything like that. And then I got to this, and I noticed the corner finally. But I just jumped down, and there are a few more people down there. But just to finish up my statements on The Witcher 3, it deserves all the awards it got. It's just an excellent game overall. It's a little slow to start, but once you get into it, you get into it. Right now I'm going through the Hearts of Stone expansion pack, and I have to say that is actually an awesome expansion pack. It's a game in its own, and it's awesome. If you haven't played it yet, it's worth the 10 or 20 bucks it is. Totally worth it. But that's all for that now. This guy ended up not killing. I tried to break his shield away with the yard sign, but I ended up just knocking him off the edge of the little cliff here. I don't know if you see the brown bag glowing over there, the little sparkles coming out of it or whatever. That's the key. Now what I read online is that I had to come out here and go unlock the middle door. What's inside is pretty interesting. It's a Tyrion Lannister lookalike. He's got the nose and the scar and basically everything. He looks exactly like Tyrion Lannister. And it's a callback to, I think it was like Season 2, Episode 6, when he's being held by Lysa Arryn in the Sky Cell. You'll see in a minute as soon as I go in and examine the body.
Sky cells. Nice idea for a prison without bars. Shame he didn't know how to fly.
I thought this was a really cool callback to the episode where Tyrion is trying to bribe his way out of the cell. Everything looks really good in this. The scar, the hair, the nose, just the whole look is pretty spot on. I thought they did a really good job, and just finding this was really interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I know I did find it pretty cool, but that's all for today. I hope you guys had fun, and I'll see you next time.